Ugh. Anyway, I think I gave it a couple seconds, did this little thing, and blah blah blah. Hello, everybody. My name is Vince Earl, and this is Radical Dreamers Part 6 Abridged. Like I said before, we've done it. It's been there. Had my problems with Part 5. I think I figured out exactly what I kept getting wrong with it, and I think it was because I had this window too big. Apparently, if it's too big and try to do too much, it just goes stupid. Apparently, this is the right size, about the only size that I can make it to where it will actually do right, which is fine. I don't need my face bigger than this. Nobody needs to see my ugly mug as much as they already have to. I got so set on part 5, I forgot all about part 6. Anyway, let's zoom on through. Let's figure out exactly what happened in part 6. Now, in part 6, last time we just left the terrace. Now, from the terrace, I'm apparently still bitching and talking after like a minute and 30 seconds through. Alright, so I go to the right. We go to the right. Keep on going, keep on going. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is what happens. Now, we end up finding this room. It's a storage room. We assume it's being used as a storage room. All these yeah. You want to know what grinds my gears? Is exactly what this is about hitting my head right now. But old clock tower, maybe, whatever. None of these things really work. It's all old. It's all rusted. It's all just decrepit craptastic. As we're looking through here, we're talking a little bit. The next thing you know, dun dun. Okay, dun 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 hasn't happened yet. Dun dun dun. Old woman is there. Now, with this old woman, she's an old maid or whatever. I gave her a nice little creepy voice, but, nobody cared because I'm not going to do it anymore. My voice hurts, and I just want to get these abridged done. And I'll start at part 7 probably tomorrow. I was just. Anyway, my fault, not yours. Now, at this point through the story, what ends up happening is you get a couple choices. You can actually, yep, here it comes. We don't want to know. It's like we're kind of thinking. She's asking us, "Are you after Lord Lynx?" And we get the choices of we can either tell her the truth, we could play dumb, or pretend to have not heard her at all. I figured, let me go ahead and tell the truth. Now, at this point, telling her the truth, yeah, she gives us this nice long story about a little girl that was also coming in here when she was 10 years old. How she ended up getting, like, she was also after Lynx for the mere fact that, hey, you killed my not quite sister, but person that treated her just like a sister. If you've ever played Chrono Cross, you get the idea of that's exactly what happened with Kid and Luca. And pretty much that whole side story gets kind of in there. And they give a bunch of belief in here that, okay, well, the kid was actually like, well, kid, and the person, like, because also what ends up happening is the kid gets kidnapped and was pretty much going to be killed in the like jail cell or whatever for perpetrating or getting in the mansion and whatever, because this is the mansion that everybody comes to go steal stuff but never returns because they get killed. But what ends up happening to this 10-year-old is a shadowy figure comes and rescues her, and still gossip in the castle to this day about who this shadow figure was that was able to surprise, or be able to get this girl without being noticed. And throughout this time, Magic disappears, and, the story in my head makes me think, okay, well, we know we're talking about Kid and this whole story that this old lady's telling us, and most likely the shadowy figure or whatever that actually not really took the girl, but, rescued the girl from Lynx was Magil. It's like I don't want to get into too much details, and I can exactly see why this happened. This being, if you actually played like the new Chrono Trigger DS, they have that extra 13th ending at the end. And, if you ever played any of the Chrono Trigger, after with the CG stuff, you kind of get the idea of what happens, in the after story a little bit. And then plus they do explain a lot more in Chrono Cross. And for those of you, if y'all were really big into the, fan stuff, Crimson Echoes did a really good following story and everything like that about like what could have happened in between, Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, that even incorporated some of this stuff in it too. But, everybody that actually knew anything about it, it got canceled by Square Enix long, really not long ago. It was probably like 7, 8 years ago. I can't remember. I have the date in my head. It might have been 2012, but they worked on this thing. It's a heart and joy love. If you ever want to look through, because they had it 98% done. They have a whole just playthrough of them just showing out the game. It's really well done the way they did the story. Yeah, they added in their own characters and kind of did the plugins and had them in there, but it is a fan game, but it still was able to expand the story in a really good way. And this whole time I kind of forgot exactly what was even going on through here. I think I pretty much explained everything with the old woman and everything like that. And even still, you can see me losing my voice throughout the video, and I'm still doing it now. Now, also, once the old lady's telling the story, or done telling the story, she offers to heal me. So I say, yes, hail me, old lady. You've already told us the truth. And she gives me blue. No, she pretty much cast magic on me. Just all blue and everything like that. I hear soft music and blah, 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 blah. Now, after we leave the old lady, we start traveling around a little bit. We find this nice big door. It's locked. We can't get into it. Kid tries to bash through, monkey style onto the door. And can't do it. Just can't do it. So pretty much we decide we got to go back to Lynx's room and try to find a key. Now, walking around, I thought I was going back to Lynx's room, but apparently I find a door that it's a trap. They even pretty much blatantly said, I don't think we should go in here. I have a bad feeling and blah, blah, blah. And I say, you know what? Screw it. We're going in. Now, as we're in this door, it's pretty much, there's nothing in here. That's it. That's just it. It's a closed-out room, no windows, nothing, and that's just it on the floor. That's pretty much how I imagined. It's all big and dark and everything like that. Now, I'm going to pull up the note that was actually on the floor. It was written in blood, but it was very illegible. And I thought it would say, I won't last much longer. The Acacia Dragoons need the enchanted sword in order to have proof or something like that, because I went Hanser ho instead of going Flash Gordon. I don't know, and I'm making this a lot longer than it probably should, and I'm gonna be mad if the audio cuts out or does whatever it doesn't do. And even still, like, I have a very inquisitive look on my face just trying to figure it out, and I do that. I go back and forth, and we decide, hey, look, it's time to go, because at that point I was at the 15-16 minute mark, and 15:44 on the video, as you can see, and I'm trying to find a stopping point. Oh, wait, because, hey, look, let me actually let that play through. What's that above us? And I go, no. I actually want to see that. And then spikes are coming down. Yay, spikes. And actually, I just saw the high encoding warning, so I'm sure something's probably going to stupid happen with this. So, yay. And at that point, I have to stop because I was at 16 minutes. And that actually wasn't much of an abridged at this point, because this is already running about 9 minutes already. But that's pretty much what happened in part 6. As I said before, big enhancement thing. If you ever actually want to go check it out, it's called Crimson Echoes. I think another group picked it up and redid it themselves just a smidge and kind of reincorporated the whole name. I'm sure they did a good job, but they pretty much just took the idea, did everything, just kind of stole from it. I'm sure they added something or did little bits here and there, but it pretty much just seemed like they just stole the whole base thing, took out of the other people's, like the Crimson Echo characters and stuff like that, and made their own and just replaced it. And that's just bad form. Bad form, kids, bad form. But it's pretty much the same story. I forget what that one's called, but anyway, I'm done. That was Abridged Part 6. Later on, hopefully, I can get Part 7 going of Radical Dreamers. That's what this game is. I'm just getting tired. It's 6 o'clock in the morning for me. I've been at this since about 11 p.m. So 6-7 hours of just this. I'm ready to take a break. Thank you for watching, guys, and come back for Radical Dreamers Part 7. I think I've already said that. Anyway, stop recording. Still not voice active.